well under spaza. What qualifies as spaza? So now I'm in the middle of a fence. I don't know where to go, what to do now. Please explain it for me.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good question, Rashida. I mean, first of all, to clarify, these are the businesses that are expected to register are not only those that have been linked to the deaths. Any spaza shop in any community is expected to register within 21 days. But this listener specifically, Rashida, is asking, as an informal trader, he says he only sells chips on the streets. Does he need to register as well? Because he doesn't necessarily own a spaza shop, but he's just an informal trader. Is he required to register?
He has to
all informal
traders
and
that is selling fruit and veg, snacks, even if they're sealed, because some of these snacks have the pesticides, and therefore the most important thing is to have the warehouses checked out and that. But each and every informal trader selling anything that's edible has to be re-registered. That is what the President Ramaphosa has said. So Ivory Park, I'm not quite sure where Ivory Park is, but they have to find out, and they can talk to me privately if I can get it for them. They have to get to the nearest municipalities. I am prepared to engage their municipalities on behalf of them, because many municipalities do not talk to informal traders, and there is no collaborative movement between them. But it's best that all informal traders do align with some organizations so that they are represented and
okay, got it. I just want to take some more questions from some of our listeners, some clarity, simple questions. Someone is asking about for foreign nationals. What are foreign nationals expected to submit? What are the kind of documentation that they're expected to submit as well in their registration process?
Well, for the foreign nationals, it's exactly the same like us as South Africans. You have to have your legal documentation. You have to have your refugee or asylum seeking papers in order. And you complete the same form that we are completing. So even that form, I want to share with you, but I've got the one from the city of Cape Town. I suppose your municipality might have a slightly different heading, but the basic requirements are the same. So they can take my number and they can contact me for further information. So yes, indeed, foreign nationals who are on the streets and on the informal trading markets, they need a COA. The ones who are operating from the community houses, the community garages, the community areas where they have placed containers, they have to go through Sub-C. Now, Sub-C again, CEDA officers, and I hope everybody knows what CEDA, Small Enterprise Development Agency. It's an agency of the Department of Small Business Development. They have also got officers to assist you as a informal trader. It doesn't matter if it's foreign or local, but they can help you registration. There is a cost about 175, and CEDA officers can help as well as municipalities.
Got it. Here's a WhatsApp voice note that has come through.
But in this surprise, with the VW motion to drive shaft, how fake gearbox?
Do they consider you're a South African? If you are a foreigner, what do they need? Can you register your spaza shop with your asylum? So we just want to be clear. Thank you.
Alright, thank you for that. Rashid has already responded to that question about what is expected from foreign nationals as well. So beyond just the papers obviously you need to confirm your legal status in the country, whether it's asylum, whether you've got a work permit, you've got to submit documentation giving you authorization to operate in South Africa. I think the eligibility for a business visa, this is when you have a business visa, according to our law, prescribed amount of 5 million into an existing business or provide a business plan with evidence of 5 million rand capital contribution. That's when you've got a business visa. For foreign nationals, other foreign nationals may establish a business which is of national interest to South Africa. I'm just not sure how they determine national interest. But if you've got a business visa, that's the expectation. If you've got asylum, and maybe you've got just a normal work visa, you are allowed to establish a business, but it has to be a business which is of national interest to South Africa. But I think as you go to the municipalities, they'll be able to respond to any additional question you may have. Thanks to Rashida Miller, who's the president of the National Informal Traders Alliance of South Africa. It's 10:11. Bali has the latest, and I will just use headlines. Good morning.
Thanks, Clement. A very good morning. South Africa's consumer price inflation has cooled for a fifth consecutive month. It's eased to 2.8% in October from 3.8% in September. This is the lowest inflation print since June of 2020, when the rate was at 2.2%. The bodies of 4 men have been found, while 2 others were injured in Dawn Park in Ekurhuleni. Police say they were called to a scene this morning where 6 men were discovered with multiple injuries. Their bodies were dumped near a railway line on Hazelwood Street. And law enforcement and health departments are appealing to the public not to disturb the spaza shop registration process. Government is in a race to facilitate the registration of the local stores in an effort to build a central database. This follows a declaration by the president that spaza shops and food handling facilities should be registered or face closure. Those are the headlines. This Eyewitness News and more at midday or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
City of Tshwane leaving the Pretoria CBD. This is in Mountain View. There's bumper traffic on Iskiam Pashele between the R18 and Paul Kruger. Look out for those faulty traffic lights in North Riding at Malibongwe Drive and Witkoppen. Also slow-moving traffic leaving the Joburg CBD. This is on Main Reef Road approaching Church Street. Otherwise, the rest of Gauteng has settled down nicely. No accidents have been reported on our highways. Those faulty traffic lights still in Bryanston at Billy Mandela Drive on the N1. If you come across any other traffic issues, please SMS us on 31702. We are also on X at EWN Traffic.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Hey, remember when our office turned into an indoor swimming pool from the flood incident we had? Oh yeah, feels like it was just yesterday. Luckily, we are with My Way Business Insurance and they kept us afloat despite the soaked carpet. Talk about an insurer that's got your back no matter the situation. Agreed. With My Way, we can weather any storm with the ultimate confidence.
Cover your building and office contents hassle-free with My Way Business Insurance. Visit myway.co.za for a quote and do business your way. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply.
Prepare to celebrate a Christmas like no other with Spa. Get 2 kg tested non-grain popcorn, brown or soft and absorbing rice for $39.99. Save R7 with rewards card. Or 5 kg Spa frozen mixed chicken portions for only $179.99 with rewards card. Price is valid until 8 December while stocks last. Celebrate a Christmas like no other with Spa.
Don't mind if I do.
You can turn your home dream into a reality with Hollywood Bets. Stand a chance to win 1 million rand towards anything you desire for your home, or 1 million rand in prizes. Bet on selected Evolution slots or live casino games today and dream big. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook license number 101-10547-019 is licensed by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. Hollywood Bets supports responsible gambling. All persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 and WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710. Crazy stores, the deals galore, and everything you need. Something in a stuff for your Christmas tree. We've got all sorts of games and sports, many toys to buy. Stationery, arts and crafts, come on and don't be shy. No need to panic shop. We're your one-stop Christmas spot. Your table will be dressed and you will not be stressed. When Christmas Eve is here, you'll want to sing and cheer. I got everything at the crazy store and I can't wait for next year.
Hey, you never know what you might find this Christmas.
702 was a conversation with SAP Excise discussing how government taxes affect the beer industry.
The beer industry as calls, and how does it affect business planning?
So last time we did a study on the overall contribution of the beer industry to excise taxes that amounts to 42 billion rand. That just essentially shows the large footprint we have. And given the contribution we make to the fiscus and tax revenue in general, is it not prudent or wise? It doesn't seem like a hard ask to put on the table increasing the nature of certain beer like any other tax instrument. So we think it's the most rational approach, and with the imminent excise policy being reviewed currently, we think we will see positive results in that direction, given the nature and our contribution to tax.
Visit sap.co.za for more.
The sharing space
On the Clement Manyatela Show.
702.
25 minutes before 12 o'clock, time for the sharing space. This is a feature on the show that we do around this time every Wednesday. This is where we share our stories as a community. Stories about what's happened in your family, what's happened with your friends, at work, with your child. A little corner where we share our stories and we share our experiences with each other. Some of you share your stories and you ask for advice. Sometimes you just tell us what happened and all of us just share if we've experienced a similar thing. So today we have a voice note that we're going to play for you. This is a story from one of our listeners. Let's hear what the voice note says, and if they're asking for advice, please be kind enough to give them advice. If they're sharing something that you have experienced yourself, please call us, send us a WhatsApp and share how you have dealt with a similar situation before, or how you would deal with a similar situation. Let's take a listen to the voice note.
Hi Clement, I am a 40-year-old mom of two. I'm worried about my 16-year-old who's in grade 10. Throughout this year, my son has been asking me if I could allow him to leave school because he does not think it's working for him. He is a gifted artist who makes beautiful art pieces and has been able to sell some of them. This is one of the reasons he feels like he no longer needs school, because he knows what he wants to do with his life. Interestingly, I've noticed that this seems to be a trend with some young boys. My colleague told me that her nephew recently left school because he said he wanted to do online trading, which he believes will make him a lot of money. I also saw a tweet where someone was saying their cousin, who's also a teenage boy, has experienced that he wants to leave school and begin hustling. I want my child to at least get his matric because I believe this will help him in the future. But at the same time, he's not doing well at school. He seems to be struggling mentally as well. I want him to be happy. Should I allow him to leave school? Have other parents done this?
Okay, so this listener, what I was able to pick up there is that the child, she's got a child who wants to leave school, right? The listener is 40, is a mom of two. She's worried that her 16-year-old, who's in grade 10, wants to leave school. And that child has been asking if he can be allowed to leave school because he does not think that it is working for him. What do you do as a parent when your child tells you school is not for me? I mean, the parent does acknowledge that this child is gifted. He's an artist, makes beautiful art pieces, and he's been able to sell some of them. So you are seeing as a parent that at least there's talent here. What do you do? And are there cases, because she says that she has noticed that there's actually a trend with young boys saying they don't want to continue with school anymore. Apparently her colleague told her that her nephew recently left school because he said he wanted to do online trading, which he believes will make him a lot of money. What is your responsibility as a parent in an instance like that? Because one, you want your child to do well. But at the same time, you want to direct them to the right path for their dreams to be realized. So if your child says, I want to be an artist, and this school thing is not for me, what do? You take them out of school and maybe take them to an art school, then that's what they're going to enjoy. And yes, of course, some children are privileged enough to go to schools where you can start harnessing your interests. So if you love art, you can start doing art subjects related to arts. If you love music, you can already start doing something related to music. If you love drama, theater, if you go to a school that allows for that, at least you don't have to leave school. But in cases where you just go to school and you do the usual subject with no interest in what you are passionate about, then that becomes quite a tricky situation, eh? Any advice for Anonymous? Give us a call. 011-883-0702. You can send us a WhatsApp voice note on 072-702-1702. My advice would be, why don't you take him to an art school? Like, is it necessary all the time that kids have to go and finish grade 12? There are instances where you can go to a college, for instance, and do your NF. How do they call those qualifications? Yeah, there are options where you can then do an N2 or there are opportunities in colleges as well. If you are unable, especially for children or students, learners that are struggling at university. Is it the NFQ? Can someone remind me of that? What you get when you go to college when you have not necessarily completed your grade 12. But there are opportunities like that. Having a grade 12 certificate is not always going to be the answer for everyone. It's not. I know people who only have metric, but they've managed to really do really well. There are people who may not have metric, but they will be able to do well if you take them to the right schools, the right institutions that harness their skills and talents. They can do well. Oh, that's the NQF level 2. That's what I was trying to say earlier on. All right, some of your WhatsApps, some advice from Anonymous. Maybe you've experienced the same thing. Maybe you are someone who left school much earlier. Let's share our experiences with us, Anonymous.
He wanted to do the same thing as
because this was he's really struggling. Not doing well at school. Yeah, it's quite a tricky one. We have to check our children commitment as well. Like, not only the school system we commit to finish line, because most means you are now to choose what you want to do. One can decide that you want to get into music, you decide to opportunity to cultivate the game. If he's an artist, that's an opportunity to get into it, maybe after grade 12. But so really struggling with that. Hopefully that's like it's working.
Hi Clement, I hope you're having a good day. Yes, it's a very tricky one, Clement, and I feel the young man. Being forced to do something that you really love there is a waste of time and money and commitment. But since the mother has identified that there is some talent there, and the guy really feels free to do that, I really would encourage the mother, as difficult as it is, to just let the young man go free, do what he wants. All he needs is the support of the family. Because if you keep on pushing him, he may get into other things. He may start finding other things that gives him freedom. may even run away from home because home is forcing him not to be who he is. Yeah, so I would implore the mother to just give the support. Find out that there are many ways of doing the same thing, as long as the mother support is there. And I like what she said, which is she wants him to be happy. And if his happiness is being released in himself, being an artist, let it be. Unfortunately, we also want our kids to be what we want them to be or what we would love them to be. But unfortunately, the child is not gifted in that way. Please let them be.
Absolutely. Tsepo in Rosebank, thank you. Shoyi, you are in Benoni. What are your thoughts? Good morning.
Hi, Clement, how are you?
Sure.
So, look, Clement, I mean, as a kid, I had it at school. But I think the parents shouldn't allow the kid to do so. Yeah, because, I mean, I hated school too, but today it made me somebody. I don't know, but I don't think it's advisable to even get that. At least they should get matric, and then if they see that the artwork is not working, then they can maybe further their studies later in life. At least it's better to have an option than to have to an option.
Shoyi in Benoni, thank you for that advice. Pat, let's hear from you. You're calling from Center. Good morning.
Morning, Kevin.
Sure.
I think there is a trend among young people in general, wanting to do 2 more young people, and 3 months in, they want to be independent, they want to do their own thing. And I think we are in trouble. And a big trouble for this, because these kids, most of them are exposed too early through the internet, so they see 1 or 2 Americans or young people in developed countries doing it, and they think it's easy to do it. And I think the schooling system is more than just about getting a certification, and that's what most people sort of forget. It teaches you other things outside of the technical sort of skills or abilities. One of the things, the soft skills, respecting time, respecting deadlines. Right now, if you want to become an artist, right, you get the brief that or he gets commissioned to develop some work when it's given a deadline. Because he doesn't have that skill trained in terms of respecting time, respecting deadline, and he doesn't fail to deliver on that brief on time and on budget. So what needs to happen? Yes, he will learn from that lesson, granted, but I do think that he must finish school. I mean, all of us, say for example, all of us here, we didn't like going to school in winter, it was cold. If we have to sit at home because it's cold, because we're not comfortable, because we're not good at math, therefore we must give up. What would we do today?
Yeah. Pat, I agree with you on the issue of discipline. There's something that also the schooling system really teaches us as well. Edward, you are in Johannesburg. Good morning.
Hi, Clement, how are you?
I'm alright, man. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. So, Clement, I just wanted to quickly offer my view. I'm a logistics professional, quite a young guy, and I was listening in on what the mother had asked about, obviously allowing the child to leave school in grade 10 and pursue their dream or their aspiration, and I just wanted to share from my professional opinion, experience. What I've come to notice is that individuals who don't achieve a matric certificate versus those who do, so grade 10 versus 2 more years for the child to matric, experience a huge issue on pay gap. So what I've come to see in pure logistics, and I mean this is like warehousing and that sort of environment, but those who are like temporary staff or people who don't have a matric certificate are earning in the region of 5,000 to 10,000 rand less per month than those who are at bare minimum have a matric and have some sort of mathematical skill. So I would highly recommend for the mother, although I understand it's very important to be supportive of your child and allow them also to chase their own aspirations and develop into their own human, at minimum they should really complete a matric certificate and then allow them to pursue what they want to or to drive after their aspirations, because at least then later down the line, if they choose to follow a more traditional career path or they find that art isn't working out for them, at least then they have a strong foundation for earning a sustainable income that can maybe break a generational income cycle or something of that sort.
Absolutely. Edward, thank you. for your contribution in Johannesburg. Some great advice coming from you guys. Thank you so much. It's 11 minutes now before 12 o'clock. More calls on WhatsApps after this.
Bongani Bingwa, 702 breakfast.
Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Prompted government to propose jail time for CEOs and municipal managers who fail to comply with environmental laws.
I've noted that we issue a number of compliance notices, we issue a number of fines, but I believe that the judiciary is not doing enough to send a strong message out to these transgressors.
Some of those fines can be, 5 million, 10 million, even 20 million rand. You don't think those are significant?
No, what you're talking about is small change.
Naren Singh. Bongani Bingwa, 6 to 9.
On 702.
FNB is excited to partner with Pick n Pay to bring you big rewards. Buy anything, something, or even everything at Pick n Pay and earn up to 30% back in e-bucks on Pick n Pay ASAP orders and up to 20% back in e-bucks at Pick n Pay and Pick n Pay clothing when you pay with your virtual card. Activate your FNB virtual card. Help changes everything. Terms, conditions, and rules and limits apply. First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
Choose your health. Choose Click with a wide range of self-medication savings, such as Pectrolite suspension, 150 mils, 64.99. Iliaden aloe nasal spray, 10 mils, 145 rand. And Strepsils intensive spray, 15 mils, 150 rand. This Diabetes Awareness Month, get a blood glucose screening, available at over 200 Click clinics. Choose your health. Choose Click. Feel good. Pay less.
To walk the talk is to turn words into meaningful actions. And it's what we on 702 are committed to doing every day. We are also committed to following the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct. To give you balanced programming, fair comments, and accurate news. But if we stumble along the way, let us know on comments at 702.co.za. And if after that you're still not happy, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. Email bccsA@nabsa.co.za.
There's no bad publicity.
This festive season, 702 and fast delivery apps to you.
It's bad, it's good, because the point is to drive a the point is just to make your brand out there.
The community is here.
So this is not bad publicity.
Do you know a friend, family member, or organization in need? Go to primemediaplus.com and share their story. You could bring a smile with 5,000 rand and spa vouchers. Thanks to Spa to You, delivering
But in
everything you
marketing,
need.
that's rule number one. That is why the community can some trace the man that shampoo, shampoo. There's no way with someone who ends it why us. It will be offensive.
On the Clement Mayatela Show.
702.
7 minutes now before 12 o'clock.
Well, if Israel is so passionate about what he wants to do, then he should first finish school. And then after school, then he can start doing what he wants to do. It's high time that we as parents take our role. He's a teenager.
So we know better. It is true. So people who have the marketing brains and who are into marketing, they understand that there's nothing called bad publicity.
Good afternoon, Clement. When it comes to regards to this question of education,
the whole point is just to get people joking.
As you highlighted, they can take the kid to a school that focuses more on the arts or college,
You get people joking about your bread.
so that he can harness his skills
Because it tries to me per se. I don't think by design,
not our path.
that particular shampoo, it really is. It's for Caucasian hair.
Very successful.
So their message was just to get the people to make brand. No matter because very like this services. La market job,
degrees and everything, but you know, at the end of the day, my aptitude and my passion for what I do is what got me. So I think at the end of the day, let the child.
But you couldn't
nature, his skill, and trust me, he'll succeed.
Scott, even on television, free marketing.
Thank you, Eddie. Aaron, you calling from Pretoria? Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Yes, you're speaking to Adam. My input on this issue is that the mother should please give the boy a lunch, just a little kind lunch, you know. The boy must complete school and even encourage him, if possible, to
go to school,
university or college or something like that. Because honestly speaking, okay,
I'm good matric boy.
I completed matric some years ago and I went through the N streams. I completed my N6 diploma and now working but I still feel I should have done a degree or master's or something like that. There is so much need once you get into the higher echelons of life. You will find that you need the basics, some basics, which if you just abandon, take on education, you will find that you won't find. But the other biggest trend that I'm seeing that's happening these days is where students are encouraging or advising one another to do school. And they are leaving school in numbers.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I didn't even know that it was a trend. Aaron in Pretoria, thank you for exposing the history. What's your experience? Good morning.
Good morning, John.
Sure. Looking John.
I don't know how to start, but the mother, she talked to your boy. I'm one of the boys that was dyslexic growing up. It's very sore to find out that your friends know how to do other things and you cannot do it. And then people push you into that limit of saying, you must do this. How can you not do this and others can do this? That's where the problem lies. I'm one of the construction, I'm in construction, I'm one of the guys who did the skills about plumbing, building, welding, and did all of those things. I wish the brother and the mother could get introduced into maybe a different varieties of things. So you can also do this when you got a grade 10.
Yes.
It's nothing bad. The problem is the kid goes to school and he doesn't pass, and then people put pressure on him.
Yeah, and then as the mom said, he's got mental challenges as well. He's really getting stressed as he's struggling in school. Vosmosi, thank you for sharing your experience with us. 3 minutes.
Do business big and save this Black Friday and Cyber Monday with Telkom Business. Get our unlimited fiber 40 by 20 megabyte speed line for only 800 Rand per month. Or get the LTE wireless unlimited 10 megabyte speed line for only 790 per month. Both deals include unlimited voice calls and access to the Yep Business app. The first 1,000 customers who sign up for fiber also receive a 600 Rand take-a-lot voucher. Click telkom.co.za. T's and C's apply.
So it's easy to say.
Ready to turn your travels into unforgettable experiences? Fly SAA. Register as an SAA Voyager member and earn 1 Voyager mile for every 160 spent on SAA flights. Accelerate your rewards with the SAA Voyager credit card. Earn miles with every purchase and enjoy exclusive benefits like lounge access, premium check-in, excess baggage,
don't you
and
think
more.
that's sort of an awareness?
And unlock your gateway
I'm
to
not
luxury
against it, but
travel.
it's creating
Visit flysaa.co.za/SAA today. Nedbank licensed financial services and registered credit union. Apply.
I'm worried about the boy child.
I think it's one of those things. But there on the way it does.
I'm worried about the boy child because in as much as your awareness is going but it remains. I mean, no one is saying the boy child must not assume manly responsibilities in the guy. Now you are teaching them to be soft, but to be soft at the same time you're saying we must be manly at the same time. So greater into the soft. What must it feel? I bump it same.
Your story matters. Apps is a registered FSP.
Coming up the midday report with Midday. How are you doing, Manny? What's coming up?
Really good inflation data out today, easing to 2.8%. So let's hope that translates into cheaper everything for us. The FSCA is investigating the cost of withdrawing from the two-pot system. 4 men have been shot, 2 wounded. Their bodies found along a railway line in Vaughan Park. Not sure about the motive there. Wait to hear what exactly that is. The NPA is giving an update in Parliament about its progress with the cases that the SIU has been recommending, and we'll bring you the latest still what's happening there.
All right, that's what's coming up on the Midday Report with Mindy Wiener. Thank you for listening to the Wednesday.
The minister rather has been mentioning over the last couple of years, as well as renewable energy. That could be a number of things from hydroelectricity, etc., as well as wind power. But MP is not entirely happy. The department saying that to meet these targets, the country will have to do away with with coal-powered power plants, which we all know that the minister, Dr. Mantashe, is not too happy about. MP is also sharing those thoughts that Minister Mantashe has about doing away with coal energy, saying that really unfair for a country like South Africa that is heavily reliant on coal, I beg your pardon, as well as one nuclear plant to, meet these targets. And not just South Africa, other countries in Africa also unfairly being targeted by these targets, according to these MPs. And it's MPs from all parties, Mandy, that are opposed to the country doing away with coal. It's ANC MPs, it's MPs from EFF, it's MPs from the MK party that are also quite opposed to doing away with coal. And they're saying that, South Africa will basically fail to function, to its optimal.
How do you do away with coal?
And the country has to keep its coal-powered power stations, but it must invest in other renewables. So investment is urged by the members of the committee that the country must invest in renewable energy, but doing away with coal is simply not an option. And the Ministry of the Department seems to understand where
I don't agree with it, but
and seems to be in agreement that coal can't be done away with overnight, Mandy, and it's part of the energy mix for some time to come.
Babalo, thank you very much. Babalo and Denze, EWN reporter Parliament Plus, with the Energy is getting an update on the Just Energy
and he's saying it's unfair.
Energy mix that we always hear from the Minister.
Industrialized using coal.
But then
they're telling us
to me with
just when you're getting started
a gradual transition to renewables, to green energy, but we know that we can't just do away with the coal industry in this country because of the reliance, because of the jobs and employment, and lots of pushback from Mantashe, from the unions as well. So getting the balance right there.
The end of the year is fun for many, but stressful for business owners. It seems like everything that can go wrong will. Like being short on stock for the first season, not having enough employees, or other emergencies that you need to pay for. Get funded for anything your business needs with Borderland Business Term Advance. Apply online in 10 minutes for up to 5 million rand in just 24 hours. Search Borderland online to get started. Hashtag Borderland SMEs. T's and C's apply. Vodacom Financial Services.
Political. So, I'm sure you've heard Ukraine has been asking to use the US missiles, for striking targets, deep inside Russia. They've been asking that, but the US police was saying no, you can only use it now. We're within your territory.
Your story matters. Apps is a registered FSP.
Coming up the Midday Report with Mindy Wiener. How are you doing, Mindy? What's coming up?
Really good inflation data out today is into 2.8%. So let's hope that translates into cheaper everything for us. The FSCA is investigating the cost of withdrawing from the two-pot system. 4 men have been shot, 2 wounded. Their bodies found along a railway line in Bourne Park. Not sure about the motive there. Wait to hear what exactly that is. The NPA is giving an update in Parliament about its progress with the cases that the SIU has been recommending, and we'll bring you the latest still what's happening there.
All right, that's what's coming up on the Midday Report with Mindy Wiener. Thank you for listening to the Wednesday edition of the Clement Manyatela Show. Don't miss our show tomorrow. Our Healing Out feature will be hanging out with Zedlon Vilagazi, who's the Vice Chancellor at